And welcome once again to the Thrifty Collector. It has been a while since I've done a video. I have been real busy. I apologize. I actually have two different pro wrestling crates that I got to talk about, but I thought today I'd show a couple things. I've actually bought some things on eBay, which I have not done in a long time. And one is very unique, which is what this is. This is a Hulk Hogan. It's a display for WrestleMania 4 VHS. And obviously on the counter they would have had it like this and up and probably had the tapes all down here. But I paid about $15 delivered. And when I say prices, it always means delivered. And it's just kind of neat because it actually has the two different boxes. It was probably a dual tape, I imagine. Possibly. One thing I need to look in for, but it was, look at that, back then it was only $39.95, and if you used to buy VHS tapes back in the 80s, that was actually not a bad price. So, the fact that you got at least one or maybe two of WrestleMania 4s is actually a pretty good deal. But I just thought that was kind of neat. This would be, what, about, oh God, 37 years old. And somebody just had it on eBay, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. The one that had, had my favorite Hulk Hogan on it, and just kind of a unique item. I don't know if there's many of these out there, and it's a little beat up around his head. He's got even an extra bald spot up top there. But just real neat the way that they did that. I don't know if it was designed for people to pick up. It looks like at one time it was taped here. So maybe to hold that together, or maybe somebody at the video store decided to tape that together. I mean, who knows the history of this thing and how many VHS tapes and where it was. It might have been some mom and pop shop out there in the country somewhere. So I just think it's a real interesting piece of VHS history and wrestling history. Another thing that I picked these up for about $13. You know how I am about the 88 Max. The 88 Max is really the first mass-produced racing cars that were out there. I did pick up at a local store. I picked up about 8 of the 88 Max, and one of them was the Petty for about, I think he charged me $4 for 8 of them. And the fact that it had the Petty in it, which is now becoming a very popular card. And the fact that he's signing them in gold. But there's 10 Richard Childers. He's still a great signer. He does use some kind of funky blue crayon looking Sharpie paint pen. It's the most god-awful thing in the world, but just goes back to, I'm going to keep sending these out to these guys quit signing. And hopefully I'll be able to enjoy a week in Cozumel when I retire with all these that I have. Now, I did one time, I talked about the Jim Cott rookie, and I had a few of those. I had a PSA 5 that I paid like $15 for a while back, and I just sold that one for $130. I also had a Todd Helton Bazooka 1993 rookie that I paid about $15 for. It was a Beckett 8. I sold that for $300. So I'm always trying to find something cheap and then give it a little time, sit on it, and then flip it. But the next guy that I have a bunch of these kind of cards, and one day I'm going to do a video just on my Rafael Palmeiro. He's lumped in there with Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire. But my theory is once one of these guys gets in, they're all going to get in. They can't just put Clemens and Bonds in and not put in Sosa and McGwire. But Palmeiro, he had 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. Was actually actually, he was on the Baltimore Orioles, and they were getting ready to celebrate him being a 3,500 man. And that's when he got popped for performance-enhancing drugs. He was the one that went up in front of the Congress, shook his finger, and said, "I have never done performance-enhancing drugs," and then gets popped. He pissed hot. So, but kind of the neat thing, this is the Topps Tiffany which is probably the best card to have. I think the other Topps Tiffany I have is an SGC8. So this is the new company, the HGA. Supposedly they use computer enhancing and scan it to grade the cards. The card did get on the edges and centering. It got a 9, and it looks pretty darn good to me. But I'm pretty much happy with it. It's an 8.5. I paid right under $9, I think, for it. So just the fact that it's a Tiffany of a guaranteed Hall of Famer, if you can pick these up pretty cheap, and if they're slabbed by the Big Four, I'm going to throw SGA into the Big Four. They're trying to make it. They're like the little engine. What's kind of neat about them, they do try to put something in the label that reflects the card itself. So you kind of have that rainbow there, and then you have the rainbow there. But and then that's the back, of course. So check out HGA. They're kind of the new ones. They have some kind of like raffle thing for you to actually be able to send your cards in to submit, because I guess they don't have as big a staff. They're not that big of a company. So we'll see how they pan out. They could be one of those ones that kind of start taking over, or the fact that all of a sudden they're just a flash in the pan. I zoom in a little bit there so you can get a better picture of that. So check out Rafael Palmeiros if you pick them up cheap. And you're probably saying, well, I can't flip them quick. Well, you know, the Jim Cott rookie that was a PSA 5, I probably held on to it for a year and a half. $15, $20 turned into $130. And the Todd Helton Becca graded 8 that I bought for about $20 or so, sold for $300. And that was about a year and a half, 2 years. That's kind of a good return on what maybe I spent $40 and I made 400 and something. So I multiplied my money times 10. So now I wish I had, of course, hindsight being perfect, I wish I had kept buying a ton of those. But so check out the Palmeiro, and I am going to do a video on the Rafael Palmeiros that I have, because I think it's kind of neat. I do have a couple gem mint ones, so check those out. Stay away from like the FGA and the HGM. Well, no, not the HGA. I combined the two letters of this one. But stay away from the really no-name ones. Get within the Big Four, the PSA, the HGA, the Beckett, and SGC. And I don't know if anybody saw this, but a guy put in a Kevin Durant, I think it was a Topps Chrome rookie card. It was numbered to like $5.99, and I guess it had some issues on the back, so the guy was like, you know, I'll just get it authenticated. Cost him $100 to send it in to get authenticated, and well, graded, and it actually came back authenticated, but then they upcharged him $600. So this guy paid $700 for PSA to say that it was a real card. I don't know how they still get away with it. I don't know how people still send them their stuff. I guess it's cool if you want to do that, but if you want to spend $700 for them to tell you that a card is real, good luck to you. Go ahead and, you know, something like that. He could have sent to SGC if you want to authenticate it for $30. Not really going to ruin the value of the card that much. So everybody have a good one. I've got, like I said, I've got two different, I got February and March's. That's how far behind I am on the pro wrestling crates. Going to get those done. I believe I got them boxes at work, so I'm going to do that video tomorrow. And everybody have a good one. Stay thrifty. Have a good night.